The Galactic Council was the center of power in the galaxy. Species from hundreds of worlds gathered there. They made decisions about trade, war, and peace. They watched over the stars like kings and queens. But Earth was not part of their circle. It was seen as small, weak, and old-fashioned. Many in the Council thought Earth had no real power. It was just a tiny blue planet with little influence. At the Great Council Summit, leaders from many species came to speak. The room was huge, filled with glowing lights and floating screens. Each species showed off their strength: massive warships, advanced technology, and powerful weapons. They talked about their control over distant star systems and their fleets that could destroy planets. When it was Earth's turn to be mentioned, a tall alien from the Zarnak species laughed loudly. His voice echoed through the chamber. "Earth? They can barely keep their atmosphere clean. Their ships are nothing but old junk. What can a planet with no real military do in this galaxy?" He smiled cruelly. Others joined in. They shared jokes and stories about Earth's failures. Memes and images of Earth's ancient history spread quickly. Some showed humans as weak and unimportant. Many laughed, thinking Earth was just a joke. The entire summit was filled with mocking voices. Back on Earth, people watched the summit live. Many felt ashamed. Some were angry. But the leaders said nothing. The Earth government had a different plan. They did not rush to defend themselves or argue back. They stayed silent. Too silent. Deep in the Arctic, beneath thick layers of ice, something stirred. Hidden from satellites and scanners was a secret chamber. It had been closed for 70 years. Inside, old machines began to hum. Lights flickered on. The air smelled cold and clean. A soft voice whispered through the room, "Calm but firm, prepare the carrier." No one outside knew what this meant. But inside that chamber, the heart of Earth's secret was waking up. Scientists and engineers moved quickly, their faces serious but determined. They worked on machines bigger than any human had ever seen. The world outside continued its daily life, unaware of the changes below. News channels talked about the Council's insults. Social media was filled with jokes and memes. But on Earth, a quiet power was growing. At the United Nations headquarters, a small group of leaders met in a locked room. They did not speak about defense or war in public. Instead, they prepared for something greater. The oldest member, General Mason, looked at a large holographic display. It showed a massive ship hidden under the ice, long, dark, and unlike any ship known to the galaxy. "This is our answer to their laughter," he said softly. "They think we are weak. They think we have nothing. But this is only the beginning." Cities across the planet, people continued their lives. Children played in parks, workers went to their jobs, and leaders made speeches about peace and cooperation. No one saw the supercarrier rising silently beneath their feet. The Galactic Council continued its business, unaware of what was coming. Delegates bragged about their fleets and weapons. They planned new alliances to keep Earth out of their power. But Earth's leaders knew better. They understood that sometimes silence was stronger than words. Sometimes waiting was better than fighting. For decades, Earth had been building, hiding, and preparing. The supercarrier was a symbol of that preparation. It was more than just a ship. It was a statement, a warning, a promise. As the days passed, strange reports started coming from the edges of known space. Council scouts noticed signals that did not match any known language. Ships reported strange shadows moving quickly through the stars. No one could explain what was happening. But Earth stayed quiet. It did not respond to messages or alarms. It did not send ships to investigate. Instead, the supercarrier waited, deep beneath the Arctic ice, ready to rise, and the galaxy laughed. But soon, that laughter would turn to fear, because Earth was no longer the planet they thought it was. It was something new, something powerful, and it was ready to show the galaxy its true strength. The voice in the chamber spoke again, calm and sure. "Prepare the carrier." And somewhere, far above the ice, the first pieces of the supercarrier began to move. The galaxy had no idea what was coming next. But when the supercarrier finally appeared, no one would forget it. The galaxy had laughed at Earth. But the stars were about to learn a terrible truth. Earth was not weak. It was unstoppable. The galaxy had not forgotten the laughter. The mocking voices of the Council still echoed in the minds of many. But Earth remained silent, calm as ever. The secret supercarrier lay hidden, waiting for the right moment to rise. No one outside knew what was happening beneath the ice. Meanwhile, the Council ships patrolled the outer edges of known space. They were confident and proud. Their scouts searched for signs of weakness in other systems, but none seemed to compare to Earth's supposed fragility. Some even joked openly that Earth was no threat. "They hide behind old stories," one officer said. "Let them laugh while they can." Then strange things began to happen. Scouts reported signals that made no sense. Messages scrambled and distorted, moving faster than anything known. Ships reported shadows slipping through the stars at impossible speeds. One scout vessel sent a warning before disappearing without a trace. Panic began to spread in small corners of the galaxy. But the Council still refused to believe Earth was involved. On Earth, the government quietly called back old operatives from retirement. They were the people who once worked in secret. Builders, engineers, spies. They gathered in hidden rooms to prepare. One veteran whispered to another, "They think we forgot how to build. They have no idea what we've been building all these years." A young officer watched the holograms showing the strange signals. "Are we ready?" she asked quietly. The answer came from the oldest member of the team. "We were born ready. The galaxy will soon see what Earth can do." Suddenly on Mars, power systems failed for exactly 3 minutes. Communication blacked out. When systems came back online, a single message appeared on every mainframe. "Awakened." No one knew who sent it. No one claimed responsibility. But the galaxy grew quiet in fear. Back on Earth, deep under the ice, the supercarrier's engines hummed to life. Lights flashed, and large doors slowly began to open. The ship was preparing for its first journey into the stars after decades of silence. The galaxy was watching. The laughter was fading. A new chapter was about to begin. The stars had always been a place of wonder and danger. For centuries, alien fleets ruled the galaxy with power and pride. They believed they controlled everything. Every planet, every trade route, every secret. But none of them knew what Earth had been hiding. Deep in a distant star system, far from the eyes of the Galactic Council, a large alien fleet gathered for their usual war games. These battles were practice, tests of strength and skill. The commanders were confident. Their weapons were the best in the galaxy. Their ships could crush any enemy. Suddenly, the calm of space changed. Sensors on one of the command ships detected something moving too fast, something too large to ignore. The radar showed a huge, dark shape, moving without any light or sound. It wasn't a planet. It wasn't a comet. It was something else. The fleet watched in shock as a massive ship appeared from slipspace, a hidden, faster-than-light travel method. The ship was huge, moon-sized, and covered in black armor that seemed to absorb all light. It was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. The alien commanders ordered their fleet to open fire, but their weapons stopped working. One by one, their beams cut off. The mysterious ship controlled their systems remotely, turning their own weapons against them. Panic spread through the fleet. Inside the ship, called Sigma-9, the crew moved calmly. They had one mission: to reveal themselves only when the time was right. The captain spoke through the ship's intercom. No response, only reveal. The alien fleet was stunned. They had always seen Earth as weak, a planet to ignore. Now, Earth's secret supercarrier showed its true power. It was no longer a joke. Back on Earth, in control rooms and underground bunkers, people watched the battle unfold. They did not cheer or celebrate. They remained silent, knowing this was only the beginning. Sigma-9 was not alone. Its appearance was a message to the galaxy, a warning that Earth was ready to defend itself. The balance of power was shifting. The galaxy could no longer laugh. The alien fleet retreated, confused and afraid. They sent messages to the Galactic Council, demanding answers. How had Earth hidden such a powerful weapon? What else was waiting in the shadows? The galaxy had changed in an instant. The hidden supercarrier had appeared, and the stars would never be the same again. The shockwave of Earth's secret supercarrier appearing spread quickly through the Galactic Council. Meetings were called in urgent sessions, and debates filled the halls. Many council members were angry and confused. How had Earth hidden such power for so long? How had they managed to keep it secret while the galaxy laughed at them? In one corner of the council chamber, a young delegate whispered, "We underestimated Earth. We thought they were weak and backward. But now, they have shown us their true strength." Council leaders scrambled to adjust their strategies. They ordered fleets to prepare for possible conflict. Alliances were questioned. The galaxy's balance of power was shifting in ways no one had predicted. On Earth, the supercarrier Sigma-9 moved silently through space. Its sleek design and advanced technology made it nearly invisible to most scanners. Inside, the crew prepared for their first mission beyond the solar system. Their orders were clear: protect Earth and show the galaxy that humans were not to be ignored. Captain Alina Reyes stood on the bridge, her eyes focused on the stars. She knew the galaxy was watching. The laughter was gone, replaced by tense silence. "We must be ready for anything," she said to her crew. "This is our chance to defend our home." Back on Earth, ordinary people watched the news with a mix of fear and hope. Some remembered the old stories of human weakness. Others now believed their planet had a hidden power that could change everything. Meanwhile, in distant star systems, rumors spread. Traders whispered about the supercarrier's power. Mercenaries wondered if Earth would become a new threat. Some feared war, while others hoped for peace. The Galactic Council sent envoys to Earth, demanding answers and negotiations. But Earth's leaders were cautious. They knew trust was fragile. They offered no promises, only a warning. Earth was ready. As the supercarrier continued its journey, stars passed by silently. The galaxy waited, unsure what would come next. The age of laughter was over. The stars had learned to watch Earth with new eyes. The galaxy was tense. After the secret supercarrier's reveal, no one knew what Earth would do next. The Galactic Council sent fleets closer, trying to gather information and show power. But Earth remained calm, letting the silence grow louder. Captain Alina Reyes stood on Sigma-9's bridge, watching distant stars. Her crew was ready, trained for every challenge. They knew this mission was more than just defense. It was a message. Humans would no longer be ignored or laughed at. Suddenly, a message arrived from the Council. It was a demand. Earth must surrender its secret weapon and submit to Council rules. The voice was cold, full of threats, but Earth's response was firm and clear. "No," the Earth leader said in a live broadcast to the galaxy. "We will protect our home. We will stand as defenders, not victims. We seek peace, but we will never bow to fear or bullying." The Council's fleets prepared for possible war. Ships armed their weapons. Tensions rose like a storm ready to break. But then, something unexpected happened. Earth sent out a call for a council meeting, an invitation for dialogue. It was a surprise. Many thought Earth would attack or hide. At the meeting, Earth's leaders spoke calmly and clearly. They explained their past silence and their right to defend themselves. They warned the galaxy that peace must come with respect. Some council members were moved. Others were angry. But no one could deny that Earth had changed the game. The supercarrier Sigma-9 returned home, its mission complete. The galaxy had laughed at Earth once. Now it had to listen, and the stars held their breath, waiting to see what the next chapter would bring.